Que pasa familia de dinero? I'm your host Hachi, back in the cut, and we about to turn the degrees up. Let's get cooking. And oh my goodness, some kid decided to knock over the pot of boiling hot water right into my lap, and I started screaming because what happened today? It's been an up and down day, and then all of a sudden we have Google going up. Then all of a sudden AMD going down. Down? What the heck happened? Everything is being a little sus. But first, let me go ahead and where's my manners? Thank you so much if you already subscribed to the Familia for clicking back onto this video. Make sure you hit that like button. Here's a round of applause for you. Thank you so much for being on this channel. Now, if you are a new viewer, you just clicked on this in order to get some information. All I got to say is sit back, relax, and hopefully you get everything that you need to feel all right and at ease, and you decide to join the Familia and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button too. It helps. It's free. Please join the Discord and also follow me on my socials, which is going to be at Tim Hotcher. Follow me on X, Instagram, TikTok will be updated. And look at this. It's a little ghost guy. Look at him. He's doing a little dance. All right, so we're going to be talking about JOLTS data at first, because that's probably why you clicked on this video. You're like, whoa, what happened to the JOLTS data? Why did my stock go down then up? I guess nothing really happened today. Well, I'll show you guys how they worded everything and my concern when it comes down to the data. Let's head on over. So we got the JOLTS data. That's going to be the jobs openings and labor turnover survey. And so we have latest jobs opening level at 7,443,000. And then as of September, we have latest jobs opening going to 4.5, latest hire 3.5, latest total separation rate 3.3. So people are not quitting as much. Latest quit rate, excuse me, that's the quit rate, 1.9. So this is where people quit. And this is where they just like said, okay, we're going to give you time to leave. And then they said latest layoffs and discharges rate is going to be 1.2. So they just said, all right, all of y'all, goodbye. All right. But here's the thing, man. Comparable to its data, it was at 8 million at one point and it dropped so badly. Like it dropped badly. So HR Brew, the labor market remains steady even as hiring and jobs opening continue to slow. I'll tell you exactly my position on exactly how they worded this in order to bring ease to the market. Like the tortoise in the classic fable, The Tortoise and the Hare, the labor market remains slow and steady. The Bureau of Labor Statistics releases September job openings and labor turnover survey JOLTS today. While hires and separations were little changed from the previous month. What are they talking about? That's not good. The total numbers of jobs opening fell to 7.8 million from 8 million in August, the lowest level since September 2021. I said 2021. That's a lot of 20s right there. You'll have to take the September numbers with a grain of salt, but this pretty much is saying this, man. They're saying due to the fact that we're getting back to 2021 pre-pandemic, everything's normal. This is supposed to be normal. I'll explain to you why it's not. And I'm not trying to be a doom and gloom. I'm trying to give you guys realistic approach to it. But why is this bad? The decline with CNN Business, the decline in job opening reflects a labor market that has slowed back to pre-pandemic pace after experiencing years of blockbuster growth. And the rate of openings as a percentage of total employment mirrors what we've seen throughout much of 2018 and 2019. BLS data shows, which is not good. So why is my concern that, okay, we're slowing down? That's a strong indication that we're slowing down, right? We have a lot of big corporations that have been laying off a lot of people earlier this year. Now, we should have seen some job growth in that time frame with the holidays coming around, with seasonal work. So we should have seen job openings regardless of their seasonal or not. We should see a substantial amount of growth. Take that away, I'm concerned about this month, next month. We should see a growing jobs opening. As we've seen, a lot of people aren't quitting at this point. We've seen a lot more people quit in the past years than we are seeing concurrently. It's because there's not many opportunities out there. It is being competitive all over the US concurrently, and the way that they're wording this is being disingenuous to the US people. Obviously, they want to go ahead and put on a suit and make everything okay for elections, ease everybody, distract them, and then next year, the ramifications of everything that happened this year will be upon everyone. But that's a new year, no election, no reason to really care. But that is my layout about the JOLTS data. Now we also have the fear and greed that actually dropped by 1 point, which is not too bad, but we've seen it go from 61 yesterday, and then it's at 60 today. A year ago it was an extreme fear, so it's really bad year last year, but we seen a month ago go from 72. So greed is starting to go down. We're about to go to the neutral here within the next week or two, possibly even next week, determining on what happens, but it's still in the greed area. We might see a rally coming up after the election, determining on who gets in, and we might get into the extreme greed area, but concurrently we're still in greed, which is not too bad. Speaking of greed, we have Alphabet, aka Google, the parent company of Google, which dropped a massive bomb, explosion bomb, that said, hey, our cloud services are fantastic. And so the search giant reported, which is Google being the search giant, if you guys didn't know, earnings per share 2.2 on revenue of 88.27 billion for the quarter ended of September 30th, which really blew out of expectations. That represents a profit and sales increase from the same period last year of 37% and 15% respectively. So it is exponential growth that Google is looking at now. Google did dip earlier this year or some months ago due to the fact of a lawsuit of being a monopoly. Like, they have a huge monopoly on the search engine. So that is something to consider, but it did spike after hours. Concurrently, the price at 6 o'clock was at 180. So a jump of 5% after hours. It's probably nestling somewhere, but AMD concurrently it fell. It definitely fell. Now I'm gonna double check here and see what AMD is doing. Now it's still drastically fell. This is Yahoo Finance. Is sitting right here. It was at 168 and then so it didn't even slide gracefully. It just said, it did like what is it, the dragster that used to be at Cedar Point? It said, ah! So AMD reported their earnings, and so earnings per share 92 cents adjusted for 92 expected. So they did everything expected. Revenue 6.82 versus 6.71. They beat expectations. But again, it's something about certain companies. They want you to be priced for perfection. I'm talking about they want you to be they want to go beyond perfection. They want you to be like Netflix new movie Uglies, right? And I haven't even seen it, but it's about people that are supposedly ugly and you need to get right. Kind of I don't know, man. Movies today just kind of, this besides the point. They want you to blow their expectations out the water. With AMD, it is a rival to Nvidia, but Nvidia had their earnings. They did the same thing, met expectations, but dipped right after. So to me, is this a buy opportunity? I'll be watching AMD in order to see exactly where we might go up from. AMD is a company that, you know, if they can just kind of grasp a little bit, make their chips a little bit different, and a strong competitor with software to Nvidia, we could see it going up as much as Nvidia did. But unfortunately, right now, we're just not seeing that. So with the JOLTS report, we've seen that it did impact the markets. Everything pretty much went down at some point, affected it greatly, but not as bad as it could have. When it comes down to where I'm seeing jobs go down, you know, to me, I'm concerned because we should have seen seasonal jobs kind of amp up that number. Actually, job openings being a little bit more, but of course jobs opening and on top of that job losses, it's going down, so it kind of cancels each other out. But it's something to take in consideration. But with a slow amount of jobs being opening and closing, that means that we're at a very stale market, and spending is starting to dry up. People are tired. They're like, man, I don't have enough money to pay for $10 eggs. This is insane. So that is something to be concerned about, especially for next year. Everything's being put into a suit and made to look good this year, but next year, that's something that we're definitely going to have to worry about. When it comes down to Google, it's impressive. Their cloud software, they're hitting highs. They're just doing fantastic. Can we see Google even go up more? It is in my Roth IRA as a company, something that, I'm like, okay, I'm glad that happened. Probably pushed up my portfolio in that sector up a bit. But AMD, is this a buy the dip moment? I think that potentially AMD is a strong company, a strong competitor. I'm going to do some more research, read their document on their earnings in order to see exactly if this is a good buy, if they're moving in the right direction. Overall, we're looking for companies in order to go in the right direction. And leading up to earnings, if they have when some companies, you can be like, okay, they should blow it out the water if you're following them over time. AMD is a company that I've not really followed too much, but I think now is a good opportunity to probably see exactly what they're all about and a possible move to make some money in the future. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Familia de Dinero. I will catch all of you in the next one. Adios.